proud to broadcast high school athletics
Online
from Portland's Westside.
We are Westside Mobile Media.
Banks, Oregon.
Banks Braves High School Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling. Also brought to you by these fine sponsors: Jim's Market, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Wana Credit Union, Banks Post Newspaper, Econo Fab Pole Buildings, GorgeNet Internet Service, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, LaHaye's Custom Embroidery, Main Street Pizza, Oregon National Guard, Scoggins Creek Coffee, and Specialty Screen Printing. Now here's the play-by-play voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
Saturday, December the 10th. I'm Jonathan Lee alongside Trevor Beard, welcoming you into Banks Braves basketball on a Saturday afternoon. It's a couple of teams from the West Metro area meeting here in the far West Metro at Banks High School. The number 4 ranked Banks Lady Braves taking on the number 13 ranked Westside Christian Eagles, who come down from Tigard, Oregon, to for a good battle here of two teams that coming off some wins. The Westside Christian Eagles, they are 3-1. We're just talking about that moments ago. That seems a little low for their ranking to be number 13 when they're 3-1, and that one loss only coming to against a good team. So, but make no mistake about it, throughout the records, and you get kind of like I mean, it's not really an official rivalry for Banks, Trevor, but this could evolve into one.
Yeah, Westside Christian, not a traditionally strong girls basketball program. Just 4 or 5 years ago, I was involved with the Westside Winter Jam, a tournament held at Westside Christian and Horizon Christian down in Tualatin. And Westside Christian maybe would get 1 or 2 wins an entire year, but I believe a new head coach, and that may be the reason for the such a low ranking despite their 3-1 record. It might take them a few more wins against quality programs before they'll get moved up into the top 10. However, Jonathan, talking about ranking, 3 teams in the Coastal Range League girls basketball into the top 10, with Corbett number 1, Banks. I think there were 3 or 4 last night. Now they're down to number 5, and Riverdale or Rainier either 9 or 10. This is going to be one of the toughest leagues, I think, in 3A girls basketball this season.
Well, talking about our opponent tonight, the Westside Christian Eagles, the reason why is I'm just reminding myself, looking at their schedule and their losses, they have a loss against a 2A school in Salem Academy. So with the way that the formula works with the OSA rankings, it goes by your opponent's winning percentage, and then, factored in there is a different classification. Salem Academy is a 2A school, Westside Christian is a 3A school. So that drags them down, and so by the weight, it drags them down to 13th. But they seem to be on it. They did beat, before that, they beat a 1A school, Southwest Christian, in their first game. What would have been their second game, they were actually supposed to play Neocani, who is in the same league as Banks, the Coastal Range League, the new Coastal Range League, but that game was canceled. That was back on supposed to be on December the 3rd, or December the 1st. So they beat Southwest Christian, lost to Salem Academy, but they are coming off, they seem to have righted the ship a little bit. They've coming up against 2, what I would say, very good quality wins against 2 former rivals when I used to cover this team, former rivals of the then West Valley League, beating Horizon Christian, Tualatin, and then coming off just a couple of days ago, beating the Dayton Pirates, and pretty soundly, 62-39. Dayton always has a good program, more so on the boys' side, but still the girls are in there. They're no slouch, and so that's a quality win. So they seem to have righted the ship. The Banks Lady Braves coming off their closest win of their first 3 games, beating Sandy M. Christian the other night, 40-33. That was in Adair, that's just north of Corvallis. Closest game, but hey, they won. They're 3-0 and looking to make it 4-0.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a lot better game than Banks' three previous opponents. I don't think this is going to be a 20 or 30 point blowout like the games against the Dalles and Tillamook. Westside Christian, a private school, so there's been a lot of talk or a lot of controversy about whether or not private schools should be able to recruit, but looking at the roster for the Eagles, a couple of players at 5'11", that should make for a pretty good matchup with Madison Walker inside in the middle. And Alex Saunders, the other player for Banks at 5'11", listed as a post, but plays more like a combo post guard with her quickness defensively. Can her and Haley Evans, the defensive leaders really of this Banks team, along with Madison Bigsby.
Those type of players commonly referred to as a point forward, can run the offense, can run the high post, and that's really why she's a post. She's like used out there on top on the high post, and they put Madison Walker underneath. Talking about Madison Walker, the Braves really need to see Madison to knock some of those shots she gets down low. If Madison, she probably don't have the the official numbers, but just by guessing, by seeing over the last couple of games that we've seen, Trevor, probably misses 50% of those shots down there. If she made more of those and increase that percentage, that would be huge for this Braves team.
Yeah, based on her shot output, her output of attempts, she should be the leading scorer on the team, but really she's I think third right now after 3 games. A lot of missed layups, and maybe after the first game or two you could kind of expect that as early season jitters, but in a game with a quality opponent coming in here tonight, they've got to take advantage of those shots close in at the rim. And another thing we didn't talk about too much last game against Tillamook, a lot of missed free throws. They missed like their first 6 free throws from the game. And in a game against a quality opponent where it could come down to single digits one way or the other, those points are going to be important.
And of course, easy for us to say that knocking some of those shots from being up here. It's easy for us to say that. I mean, we're not down there on the court getting the competition, and you're feeling the heat with people around you pulling at you, trying to get to the rebound themselves. So there's a lot of factors in there. So I definitely don't want to harp on that and saying that's that's a tough job inside, but just saying that there has been a lot of missed opportunities, but there's a lot of factors that could go into that as well. But we'll talk more about this game when we come back. I'll take our first break. You're listening to Banks Braves Basketball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Want to give your kitchen or bath a fresh new look? Jason Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They also offer cabinet installation and will do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based in Washington County and will service most Portland area locations. For quality kitchen and bath remodels, call Jason Bond Remodeling at 503-430-0145.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Welcome back to Banks High School. Get you set for this girls basketball game here tonight. It's a doubleheader. We've got a tip-off at 4:30 between the Banks Lady Braves, coming in at 3-0 this season, against the Westside Christian Eagles at 3-1, ranked number 13 on the OSA rankings. The Banks Lady Braves number 4 on those OSA rankings. They were number 3, and then after their win and then some other games that played, they dropped down to number 4 again. That's just the nature of the rankings, so that's why we really have to check that pretty much every day and sometimes multiple times a day, because, Trevor, I've seen where you could look in the morning and you could say one position, and then you look later at night and they're in something completely different because that's just the nature of the formula. Maybe talk about that formula a little bit.
Yeah, it's all a matter of when teams play, and especially with tournaments this time of year, you can play early Saturday morning and get a win against a lower quality opponent or a team from a lower classification, and then a team in your same league plays a team in an upper classification later in the day, and that could affect your ranking one way or the other. Again, want to mention the scroll across the bottom of your screen with Coastal Range League opponents and other games that they've played around the state so far this season.
Well,
go ahead.
You mentioned the post presence inside with Madison Walker at 5'11", and of course Alex Saunders at 5'11", and you look at Westside, they've got a couple of juniors in that array with they've got a 5'11" sophomore in Sydney Coleman, then Bobby Sky Ragsdale, who I've been watching here in the pregame warm-ups, just really looks real loose coming in, just where you'd want a player loose, and looks like she can definitely muscle up against Madison Walker. So Madison's really going to have to be on her game tonight down low, and be really Banks really going to have to be boxing out. This is usually Westside Christian tends to be a very disciplined team in that regard, so it should be fun.
Taking a look at other Coastal Range League girls games tonight at the 3A level. Western Christian 2A, formerly Western Mennonite, is at Rainier. Western Christian of West Salem, located about halfway between Dallas and Salem. Gaston 2A squad in the area. Our good friend Brandon Bagley there at 3A, Catlin Gable in Southwest Portland. Faith Bible Christian falling earlier today at a tournament in Umatilla, 52-10. Seeing if there's any 3A opponents in the Coastal Range League playing any 4A opponents tonight. None listed on the schedule. Couple of finals from 4A girls basketball. Hidden Valley over North Marion, 48-32. Hidden Valley ranked number 1 earlier in the season in 4A girls basketball. Sweet Home over Phoenix, 25-23. And 3A final, Central Lynn, 2A over 3A Coquille on the road, 38-33. That's the only other final in 3A girls basketball. 2A, Vernonia wins at the Condom tournament, 37-11 over 1A Horizon Christian of Hood River, and 2A Oakland over Blanchette Catholic of Salem at the Harrisburg tournament. 1A scores Tupper and Crane over St. Paul, 50-30 at the Eastern Oregon 1A preview. Bonanza over Crossville Christian, 57-44. Nixiawi of Pendleton Native American School squeaks by Damascus Christian, one of the historically top 1A programs in the state in girls basketball, 49-47. Jordan Valley over Joseph, 49-10. And a couple of Southern Oregon teams doing battle at the Cow Creek Classic, sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe in Canyonville. Camas Valley over Riddle, 56-19. South Wasco County over Elkton, 38-22. C.S. Lewis Academy of Newburgh wins over the host Mapleton Sailors at the Mapleton tournament, 35-16. Yoncalla doubles up McKenzie at the North Lake tournament at Summer Lake, 50-25. North Clackamas Christian over Spray Mitchell Wheeler, the 1A six-man football state champs, 31-13. And there's a look at your girls' finals from earlier today. Jonathan?
Well, continuing to scout our opponent, the Westside Christian Eagles, who will be donning their all-black uniforms, black tops, black shorts, with white numerals and white lettering. It says Westside across the chest with white numbers. Banks Braves, of course, in their home whites with blue outline on the shorts and on the tops as well. They've got the shooting shirts on, so do this. Remember, of course, the Arrowhead logo with the Braves in there. But this starts for Westside Christian. This really starts a tough little schedule for them. They've got at Banks tonight, and then they've got 2 more games on the road, Trevor. They're at Damascus Christian, as you talked about. They are a 1A power. That's a very good program, very elite program. And then they're at Santiam Christian after that. So this is really going to be an important stretch for Westside Christian. We're going to get set for the starting lineups here. As public address announcer reading off the sportsmanship statement here at Banks High School, the OSAA model, talking about being a star. We're always a star here at games, but getting set for the starting lineups, and pretty much could, we don't have those here, but pretty much going by what the Banks Braves have done the last 2 games, really expecting that Alex Saunders will be in the starting lineup, Tyler Rose, Madison Walker, Haley Evans, of course, and Jocelyn Janasek in there as well. But we are going to get those official starting introductions here just momentarily, and we'll get that all together as the 15-minute warm-up horn sounds, and we are about set for this basketball game here tonight from Banks High School. Ella Duke will get the start for the Westside Christian Eagles. She's a 5'9 junior guard. Nyla Cabine, also a 5'9 junior guard, will also start alongside her. Bobby Sky Ragsdale starting at the wing post position, 5'11". Jillian Prince also starting for the Westside Christian Eagles, and number 23, Amory Brown, will also round out the starting 5. Westside Christian coached by Kesmina Knight Hodge, assisted by Thomas Simeon. And the Banks Braves being introduced right now. As we mentioned, and speculated, Tyler Rose getting that start at guard. She's a 5'3 senior guard. 5'3, but can just be a defensive force. And another defensive force for this Banks Lady Braves team is Alex Saunders. Starting again, Jocelyn Janasek also in that starting lineup. 3 guards for the Banks Lady Braves to bring that pressure right out of the gate. Madison Walker and, of course, Haley Evans starting. She will run the show on offense. So I guess really that, well, we're going to pause right here. We're going to take a 60-second break for our national anthem. We'll be back after this.
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
Welcome back to Banks High School, set for the opening tip-off here tonight. The Westside Christian Eagles coming out of the Lewis and Clark League of the 3A. The Banks Lady Braves out of the Coastal Range League from the Oregon Class 3A. Game number 5 for the Westside Christian Eagles. Game number 4 for the Banks Lady Braves. Their 3rd game here at home, where they are 2-0. Of course, 3-0 on the season. Madison Walker will jump center against Bobby Sky Ragsdale, and it's controlled by Tyler Rose. And here we go. We are underway with high school girls basketball on a Saturday afternoon into evening. Haley Evans has it up top, hounded by Nyla Cabine. Inside it goes to Alex Saunders for the first deuce. And the Banks Braves on the board, and here comes that full court pressure, Trevor. This will be a key, I think, early on. How does Westside Christian adapt? And, well, they break it, get it into the front court. Going inside to Omri Brown. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Madison Walker. One and done for Westside Christian. Here comes Haley Evans with a head of steam all the way to the low block. Now kicks it back out to Madison Walker up top. Going to go to the right side. Leave it for Janicek. Has it on the right wing. Now terminates the dribble. Needs some help. Spinning around. Still needs some help. Finds Haley Evans, but she's hounded by Nyla Cabine. Ball loose on the floor, and a jump ball's called. And that's going to turn the ball over. No, it's going to go to, they're pointing, turn the ball over to Westside Christian. 7:06 to go. Banks up 2-0 thanks to an inside bucket by Alex Saunders, off glass and in. You get it inside to Bobby Sky. Over to Omri Brown. Takes a little bounce dribble, goes up and in right around Madison Walker. That was too easy for Westside Christian, and it's 2-2, under 7 to go. Haley Evans has it in between the circles. Now going to drive towards the rack. Throws up a shot, and rebound by Tyler Rose. Now she bouts it back, and the ball's loose. Jocelyn Janicek down there, as well as one of the Eagles. That was Jillian Prince. And I think we're going to have a jump ball called, and this is going to stay with Banks. 6:40 to go, 2-2 game. Alex Saunders will throw it into the backcourt to Haley. Haley dribbles it across the timeline. Now stops her dribble. Heavily guarded. Ball almost stolen for a second. Tyler Rose runs it down. Back to Haley. Going to drive inside. Goes up from just inside the free throw line. Score it. Little lay-in for Haley Evans. And it's 4-2. Banks back in front by 2. And here comes the full court pressure again. Again, Westside breaks it. Jillian Prince coming down. Pulls up a little 18-footer. It's off the iron. No good. Rebound Madison Walker. And that's what we need to see. That's 2 rebounds here for Madison. Here's a long court pass up to Alex Saunders, and takes a dribble and scores it. Alex Saunders with 4 points here. It's 6-2. Banks with 6 minutes to go. Full court pressure again. They're all over Bobby Sky Ragsdale. She gets it up to her teammate. Now into Ella Duke, right wing on the other side. Pushes away, and we're going to get a foul. It's going to be out of bounds as Ella lost the ball. Trevor was wanting the bump off, but now that's okay. A little bit of contact, as long as initiated by the offense. And there's a near steal by Westside Christian in the backcourt. Banks thankfully gets it back. Ahead to Tyler Rose in between the circles. Now leads for Haley Evans. Evans looking to the left side off to Madison Walker out high. There's a nice little pass inside to Alex Saunders. Nifty pass, and that's the thing that you can do by having Madison Walker out on the high post, is it sets up your other players like Alex Saunders to drive inside and make those cuts. And when you got a great passer like Madison Walker. 8-2 our score. Timeout on the floor. We're going to break away. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Banks Braves Basketball, presented by Jason Butter Modeling.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsborough. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com, or call us at 503-648-2341.
5 to go in the opening quarter. Banks leading 8-2 on a little 6-0 run here. They bring that full court pressure again. Again, still in backcourt with Nyla Cabine. Ball floated up there, ran down by Bobby Sky Ragsdale. She gets it back to Cabine, who gets it across the timeline. Pulls up a three-pointer right wing. Look good. It's off. Rebound coming down to Ragsdale. No good. Rebound tipped around. Another opportunity for Westside. Ragsdale for 3. Top of the key. No good. Rebound. Haley Evans has it. Rips it away. Stays with it. And here comes Banks. She kicks it up to Alex Saunders, who was doing a little cherry picking. And the defense did get back in time, but a little bit too late and going to be called for the foul. And so 2 free throws here coming up for Alex Saunders. 4:53 to go opening quarter. It's 8-2 Banks. Alex Saunders getting ahead of the first player down for Banks to make sure she was in position for that long pass. And she makes the free throw. 7 points for Alex Saunders here in the first quarter. 2 for Haley Evans. 9-2. That extends the run to 7. Substitutions in. Jordan Maller in for Banks, along with, I believe, Madison Bigsby, who checks in. Second free throw is good. 10-2. Full court pressure on again for the Lady Braves, and this is tipped away by McKenna King, who also checked in, and she couldn't hang on to it as she was bobbling it out of bounds. So Westside is going to get the ball back. Had it for a second, but just couldn't control it. That reads as a turnover. Westside will get the ball in to Cabine. Nala Cabine. She needs some help. Now we get Omri Brown with it up high. Over to Ragsdale. Gonna pull up a little nifty shot inside, no good. And elbow line extended. Rebound comes down to Jocelyn Janasek. And here comes Banks again. They get it ahead to Bigsby. Tried to get it back to and Bigsby comes down with it. Inside to Alex Saunders. Scored off glass. Alex Saunders. Westside Christian has no answer for Alex Saunders right now. It's a 10-0 run for the Lady Braves, up 12-2. Nyla Cabine gets it into the front court. Ball goes in the corner. Three-pointer put up by Prince. It's no good. Rebound, long rebound coming down to one of the Braves.
Bigsby.
It's Madison Bigsby has it on the right side. Going to go inside to McKenna King, who scores it in the lane. First 2 points off the bench for Banks, and the run extends to 12-0. 14-2 now. Westside Christian breaks that press with ease. They go down low. Now it's stolen away in the backcourt, and yeah, that's a good call. Double dribble on Jordan Maller as she was trying to control the ball and just never did control it, and that was just sloppy. So 3:35 to go opening quarter. 14-2 Banks. Nala Cabine has it in the backcourt, gets it into the front court. Now throws it over to Ragsdale. Right side, down low it goes to Prince. Prince loses it, and Maller comes up with it. Ahead to Saunders, who lost it, gets it back. Over to Bigsby. Looking, now going to drive inside, stops at the elbow. Back out to King. Back out to Maller. Going to reset the offense. And goes inside. Nice cut by Alex Saunders. She's put it up, but she was fouled. Beautiful cut by Alex Saunders to the basket, and an even better pass by Jordan Maller to find her. Alex Saunders with 10 of the 14 points for Banks here in the first quarter. First free throw on the way. It's good. 3 out of 3 from the line. 11 points now. Second free throw on the way for Alex Saunders. It's in the air. It's in the bucket. It's good. Splash. 4 for 4 out of the line. Give her 12 points of the 16 for the Braves. And here comes the full court pressure. Stolen away in backcourt. Saunders puts it off glass. No good. Rebound by Jordan Maller, coming over the back to get that rebound. And it's going to be turnover to Westside Christian. An offensive foul. Actually, they're calling the foul on Saunders as an offensive foul. And Saunders steals it in backcourt and puts it up and in. That's the way to get it back when you turn the ball over on an offensive foul. Just steal it, put it up. Westside Christian still in the backcourt, still trying to break the press. They get it up to Ragsdale, and she is fouled by Bigsby in backcourt. First foul on Madison Bigsby, second team foul on Banks. 2:45 to go first quarter. It's 18-2. Lady Braves on a 16-0 run. Nyla Cabine has it left side over to Ragsdale. Whip it over to Raquel Harris, who misses a three-pointer. Rebound coming down as a jump ball. And Banks is going to get the possession. That's what I thought. I thought I heard him say White, but yeah, he did say White, but it's going to Westside Christian. They will inbound it. Cabine will do so underneath their own basket. Ball tipped out of bounds by Jordan Maller. So Westside will reset. Jordan Maller is everywhere. You've got to make sure that pass is crisp. Otherwise, she's going to knock it away. Westside gets the ball inside, trying to go for Omri Brown, but right there to take it away is Haley Evans. And she gets knocked to the floor and somehow gets called for the foul. She jumped in the passing lane. Beautiful execution. Okay, no, it was fouled on the other 23 for Westside Christian, Omri Brown. Evans has it up top, the other way. Now terminates the dribble, gets it off to McKenna. Or Madison Bigsby, gonna drive inside, pulls up in the lane, no good. Rebound by Omri Brown for Westside, and here comes the Eagles. Nyla Cabine bringing it up. Tried to go to the left corner, it's tipped away, but getting it back is Ragsdale. It's off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound ripped down by McKenna King. Jordan Maller has it in backcourt off to Haley Evans. Easily breaks that little press. Gonna drive inside, now kick it out to Bigsby. Three-pointer on the left wing, score it. Three-pointer by Madison Bigsby. First three hit for the Braves, and it's 21-2. A 19-0 run. 1:38 to go, first quarter. Westside Christian coming up, no good. Rebound ripped down by McKenna King, and they're gonna call it jump ball. Tyler Rose and Madison Walker will check back in for Banks, replacing McKenna King and Jordan Maller. Some great work by Jordan Maller off the bench. Braves get it back with 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Madison Walker has it in backcourt. Little token pressure by Westside. Haley Evans breaks the pressure. Gonna drive all the way inside, leaves it for McKenna. Back out to Madison Walker, pulls up inside the elbow. No good. Rebound, Tyler Rose lost it and loses it out of bounds. Turnover. Right idea, nice hustle by Tyler Rose, but just lost it out of bounds. Checking into the game for Westside, Eden Rao for the first time. Raquel Harris will inbound it. Looking for somebody to get it into. Finds Nyla Cabine. Cabine bringing it up. No resistance. Gets it up to the left wing. Stops right there. No, now we'll back it out. Tyler Rose on her. Tips the ball in the air, but the ball gets to Ragsdale. Pulls it up and scores it. Bobby Ragsdale. That'll end the 19-0 run with under a minute to play in the first quarter. 21-4. Haley leaves it for Madison Walker. That's on the high post. Has it knocked away by Ella Duke. Now terminates her dribble. Gets it off to Tyler Rose. She loses it underneath. Saves it. Goes to Madison Walker off glass. Won't get it. Rebound Westside Christian. And we've got a whistle and a foul inside. Foul charge to Brooklyn Robinson. Her first foul. Team's third for Banks. 34 seconds to go, first quarter. 21-4. Banks bringing the full court pressure again. Ragsdale has it in backcourt. Going to break that with ease and going to drive all the way, but loses it out of bounds. Turnover to Banks. So the Braves likely will play for the last shot of the quarter with 24.6 seconds to go, up 21-4. Madison Walker into Haley Evans. Pass over to Tyler Rose. Going to stop. Now they're going to work for that last shot. Haley Evans has it up top. Holds the ball high, now puts it on the floor. Goes inside for Madison Walker, takes a dribble, goes up, no good. Rebound Westside Christian, it's Ella Duke. And now she's handled by Tyler Rose and fouled by Tyler. With 6.7 seconds to go in the first quarter, 21-4 our score. Westside will inbound in front of their own bench, just down to our left. Westside Christian going left to right here in the first two quarters. Banks right to left. Ragsdale has it, pulls up a long game range three and hits it before the end of the quarter. Maybe that'll give some life to Westside Christian as she just swished that for her 5th point of the night. Into the first quarter, and the Banks Lady Braves leading by 2 touchdowns. It's 21-7. We're coming back after this. Banks Lady Braves basketball, built by Jason Bonner Modeling.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of Westside's greatest hits. Listen hourly for Westside news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
Eight minutes up on the board, second quarter. We're getting ready for here at Banks High School. The Lady Braves leading 21-7. The big highlight, Trevor, a 19-0 run that took about 5 or 6 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, we thought coming into this game it might have been a little bit more balanced than the 3 previous for Banks with the size of Westside Christian. A couple players 5'11", but not really any coordination, I don't think, from their post players. They're going to have to get most of their scoring from their guards, and they've been hounded so far early in this first quarter. I think definitely more turnovers than points for the Eagles in the first quarter.
Highlight of that 19-0 run was getting the ball inside to Alex Saunders, who's got 14 points as we start quarter number 2. Nia Cabine has it left wing for Westside, hounded by Alex Saunders, all over her, close to 5, and they're going to give a travel. It was close to 5 seconds, Trevor, but we'll take the travel. Turnover back to Banks. 7:46 to go in the second quarter. 21-7 Lady Braves. Jocelyn Janisek brings it up. Leaves it for Maller. Up top, over to McKenna King. Looking inside for Saunders, but the back door was closed this time. Now they're going to go inside. Now back outside to Saunders. 19-footer is no good. Rebound by Saunders. And it goes back up around the defense. No good. Gets her own rebound and score it. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And she did. Gets her 16th point of the night. And the lead is 16 for the Lady Braves. Ragsdale has it into the front court for Westside. Kick it over to Prince. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound, loose. Hustled down by Tyler Rose. Tried to go ahead to Madison Walker. Ragsdale pushes it right back to King. Ragsdale comes up with a steal for Westside. She's got 1-on-3, but she's going to go up against him anyway and hit it off the glass. The bank is open on Saturday night, apparently, in Banks, as Ragsdale banked that one in. 23-9, back the other way. Shot by Saunders is no good. Janisek tees up a 3 off the back of the iron. No. Rebound coming down to Rose. She goes up against the trees and scores it. Tyler Rose. Lead back to 16 for Banks. Under 6.5 to go in the first half, 25-9. Ragsdale has it for Westside. Over to Cabine. Going to drive inside. Pull up just inside the 3. And will can it. That was Nyla Cabine's first 2 points of the game. It's 25-11. Coming up on 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Janisek stops. Up to Saunders. Now going to drive towards the basket. Throws it up. No good, but she was fouled on her way. And we're going to get free throws for Alex Saunders, where she is 4 for 4 from the line. Has 16 points. Saunders takes a couple of dribbles, eyes the hoop, release, rotation, off the back of the iron. No good this time. 4 out of 5 from the line. Tyler Rose will have a seat for Banks. McKenna King back in there. It's King, Janisek, Saunders, Evans, and Maller. The 5 for Banks. Second free throw for Alex rims off. No good. Missed 2 in a row. But the rebound comes down to the Braves. Evans has it. Off to Maller. Between the circles. Going to reset the offense. Run some offense here. Off to Haley Evans. Left wing. Now going to drive over to the right. Nice pass inside to McKenna King. Score it. McKenna King off the feed. The assist from Haley Evans. 27-11. Ball stolen away in backcourt and controlled for a second from Alex Saunders. And it looks like Westside Christian, yep, they're going to get the ball. Fortunate to get the ball. No, Banks is going to get the ball. And then just easy pass inside to Alex, and she goes up and gets fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul is charged to Jillian Prince. Her first foul, 15th foul on Westside. Alex Saunders back to the line. First free throw on the way. It's good. Five out of 8 from the line for Alex. 6 field goals. He's got 17 points. Second free throw on the way, looking for point number 18. 18 points. Lead 18 for Banks. 29-11. Ragsdale has it in the backcourt, guarded against Saunders. Now she's going to go over to Rao. Looking to go inside, but throws it right to McKenna King. And a great job by Omri Brown to get in there and tie her up for the alternating possession, but Banks will get it back. 5:18 to go before halftime. 29-11 Banks. Haley Evans brings it all the way to the rack, but she is going to be called for a foul, offensive foul. There was no stop. She was going all the way to the basket. And that's her first foul. Banks' 5th team foul with 5:12 to go. Bobby Sky Ragsdale has it in backcourt. Saunders put it right back in her face, but Westside gets it back. Nia Kabine tries to go on the front court. Tipped out of bounds by McKenna King. Braves very active in that defense. As 3 more subs come in for the Banks Braves. Among them, for the first time, Bayless Crow. Madison Bigby back in. Madison Walker back in. Banks is Maddie squared right now. Westside has it. Kabine over to Ragsdale. Out high, right side. Get it over to Rao. Her shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Bigsby. And here comes Evans. Bringing it across the timeline. Now going to stop. Run some offense. Play call is 2 from Coach Nick Rizzo. Inside to nice little spin move by Madison Walker. But, yeah, she forgot to put the ball down when she spun around and traveled with a basketball. Little 360 move. Ragsdale has it in backcourt. Hounded by Crow. Gets it off to her teammate. That's Nyla Kabine, the point guard. Going to drive inside, lay it up, no good, but a blocking foul is going to be called on Madison Walker. That's Madison's, and put the, pretty sure that was Madison Walker. Free throw is on the way by Kabine, and it's good. That is the first free throw for Westside Christian in this game. Comes with 4:29 to go in the second quarter.
Are they calling it on Haley Evans? They put her number up on the player number on the foul.
They did give it to, I thought it was still up there from last time, but they now put 2 on there, so they did give it to Haley Evans. That was strange. Second free throw by Kabine is good. It's 29-13. Crowell has it in backcourt. Ahead to Alex Saunders. Goes all the way off glass. Rolls her off the rim and in. Alex Saunders just continues to score 20 points now. The lead is 18, 31-13. Ragsdale runs it down in backcourt. Going to bring it into front court. Ahead to Duke. Right wing has it swatted away, poked away by Crowell. So Westside will inbound right in front of the Banks bench, down to our right. Omri Brown will do so. Brown slaps the ball, looking for someone to get it into. Does so to Noel, gets it into the back court. It's way over the head of Ragsdale. That's going to be a turnover.
But they pointed to Westside Christian. Nobody touched it in the backcourt.
Yeah, there's been some very questionable calls here in the first half. Like, just when you think they're going to call it one way. Somebody else ends up with the basketball.
I think he must have been overturned because Madison Walker's inbounding.
Well, the Braves have it. That's who should have it. Crowell has it inside. Travel with the basketball, but shovels it off to Saunders. No good. Rebound to Ella Duke. Duke ahead to McFadden or Rowell. Now it's a turnover back the other way and stolen away by Duke again. And the ball is going to stay with Banks underneath their own basket. Haley Evans will put the ball in play. As the team circles around, breaks. Now they get it into Madison Walker out high, guarded by Ragsdale. Over to Saunders out high. Hands off to Haley Evans. Calls the play, taps her head. Now off to Saunders, inside to Madison Walker, and it was over her hands, but Saunders gets it back. Ball loose on the floor, tied up. Eden Rao tied up Walker. Alternating possession arrow goes back to Westside. .327 to go here in the second quarter. It's Banks 31, Westside 13. Nia Cabine has it. Inside to Prince. Throws up a little 19-footer's no good. Rebound coming down to Crowell. Now they get it ahead to Saunders on the low block. Nice crossover move, but it won't fall. Rebound coming down to Bigsby. Puts it up, no good. And a rebound fighting for it inside. Ripped away. It goes out of bounds off of Banks. 3:02 to go. Westside gets the ball back. Down by 18. 31 to 13. Nyla Cabine picked up by Evans. Over to Ragsdale, guarded by Rose. In the corner, the ball goes to Duke. Right corner. Now off to Ragsdale, way out high. Apparently that's a range because we saw that at the end of the first quarter. And the ball tipped around, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Westside. Nice hustle by Emily Graham, who's checked in the game. Jillian Prince will inbound it for Westside. Looking to get it into Cabine and does so. Nyla now going to put the ball on the deck. Over to Duke, going to drive inside, and we got a double dribble. Double dribble on Ella Duke. That's been a common call here tonight. Braves have it in the backcourt. A little token pressure from Nyla Cabine against Haley Evans. Haley will break that with ease. Gets her off. Over to Walker. Out high, nice pass inside to Rose. Back out to Graham. Now on top to Evans. Now back to Brooklyn Robinson. Inside to Madison Walker, drives baseline. Now I'm going to kick it out to Evans for three from the corner. It's no good, but a nice rebound for the Banks Braves. Brooklyn Robinson scores it off glass. It's her first two. It's a 20-point game after the bucket by number 20. Under 2 to go, 33-13. Westside loses the ball out of bounds. Madison Walker to put the ball in play. Banks has used a lot of players here tonight, keeping fresh legs on the court. Get it inside to Graham. Off to Evans. Over to Bigsby, right side. Back to Evans. Three-pointer, right wing. It's in the air. Looked good, but it's no good. Rebound tip. Right to Madison Walker. Back to Evans. They'll reset the offense with Evans. Dribbling towards the right side. Now pulls back. Gets it up to Walker out high. Over to Graham. Back to Evans. Swing it over to Brooklyn Robinson. Inside to Madison Walker. Off glass and off the rim. Front of the rim. Basket didn't want it. Here comes Westside the other way. Nice pass from Cabine inside to Ella Duke for her first two, and it's 33-15 with 1:10 and counting to go. Haley Evans walks the ball up, hounded by Cabine, Nyla Cabine. Gets it off to Brooklyn Robinson, and Nick Rizzo wants to call a timeout. 59.6 seconds to go before halftime. It's Banks 33, Westside Christian 15. You're listening to Lady Braves basketball presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Just a 30-second timeout called by Banks, so.
Do you or someone you know own a business? As a local business ourselves, we know how important daily operations are, which is why we offer small dollar business loans for equipment, building upgrades, machinery, and more. The credit union even provides employee benefits for business members. Learn more at wanafcu.org or ask to speak with a commercial team member today. Again, to learn more, visit wanafcu.org.
59.6 seconds to go here in the second quarter, nearing halftime. Thought this game would be a little bit closer. But the really key, as we talked about right before the tip-off, was going to be how Westside would handle the press. At times they have, but at times it's just really rattled them. And Banks was able to take advantage of some turnovers to get out to a 19-0 run, which really separated this game. And Banks still leading by 18, 33-15. Got a little timeout here on the court as one of the coaches for Westside Christian asked for a towel, mopping up some water that maybe spilled from the water bottle from the timeout. Get that all nice and dry. And I think we're ready to play now. Ball comes inside and goes out of bounds. Too strong for Brooklyn Robinson to run that down. And so Westside will get the ball. With under a minute to go here in the second quarter, 33-15, Banks leading by 18. Cabine has it inside to Ragsdale. Ball stolen away for a second by Janicek. Good hustle by Jocelyn. But Westside gets it back. Tyler Rose all over Ella Duke over there, or Cabine rather. And a foul is going to be on Jordan Maller. Yeah, it was Jordan Maller that was on there. 17 foul against Banks, so we're shooting 1-1 the rest of the way. Nyla Cabine, who is yet to score, now has 2 points and 2 out of 2 from the line, make it 3 out of 3. He's got 5 points for Westside. The Eagles point guard. Cuts the lead to 17 with, they gave her 2 points for 1 free throw. Okay, there we go. 33-17 to score, 42.8 to go. Maller has it. Ragsdale came over her back, no call. She gets it back, ball loose on the floor. Maller, of course, is in there, but the ball stolen away by Raquel Harris. And a foul called, but Westside is going to keep it on the, it's a 1-1. One of the officials actually, I think he forgot how many fouls there were, and he pointed to the sideline. And it's like, yeah, that's the 8th foul, so 1-1. Raquel Harris shooting 1 plus the bonus for Westside. 31.3 seconds to go. 33-17 Banks. They've been in control since that 19-0 run. This one is missed. Rebound comes down to Brooklyn Robinson. Maller has it in the backcourt. 25 seconds. Coach Nick Rizzo says 1 shot. Gets the ball on the right wing. Going to drive inside. It's rejected. Nice, beautiful block by Ragsdale. She comes it up. Going to bring it all the way by herself. Nice crossover move in the lane and score it. Really impressed with Ragsdale. 33-19. Lead down to 14. Ball rejected again in the lane. And trying to go out of bounds, and that's it. That is halftime here at Banks High School. A little bit of a run there by Westside to trim the lead when it got to 20 points in the half on a 6-0 run to get it down to 14. And, of course, you always like to say if you can get it to single digits by halftime, that would be better. But down to 14 right now, it's some things to build in, certainly, some things to talk about, and we'll see what they do. We'll talk about some of the scoring leaders in this game and look at some of the other scores if we can from around the Coastal Range League and the West Valley League, the Lewis and Clark League. After this, halftime score, Banks 33, Westside Christian 19. Back after this, you're listening to Banks Lady Braves basketball, built by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
There's a new premier fiber internet provider in Vernonia featuring friendly and helpful customer service. Sign up with Gorge Networks today for symmetrical speed fiber internet, 300 meg or 1 gig speeds with managed Wi-Fi included in the low monthly price. No contracts or price increases. Refer a friend and get a free month of service. Make the switch to Gorge Networks today. Call 541-436-0223. You can also email us at sales@gorge.net.
Back to Banks High School. We are at halftime. The Lady Braves in game number 4 of the season, trying to go to 4-0 out of the gate. And they've got a big week as well. Both of these teams, Westside Christian and Banks, Trevor, have some really tough games ahead for Westside Christian after this game on Monday night. They play at Damascus Christian. Never an easy, this time of the year, never an easy trip getting there because Damascus Christian, of course, is in Boring, Oregon, out there in Damascus, out there in, it's on the way to Mount Hood, for those that aren't familiar. So with snow threats, and of course it's going to be cold next week, although we're not supposed to have any moisture, but up in the mountains it can be, you know, they did get a lot of snow the last couple of days, so could never be an easy trip out there. But number one, it's never easy for teams to get out there, because even though they're a 1A school, Damascus Christian, don't let that fool you. I mean, even this Banks Braves team, I think, would have a very tough game against Damascus Christian. I've watched them personally over the years. That is just about as solid a program as I've seen in years past in Oregon high school basketball. They really do it the right way out there, and they just seem to build winners year after year after year. It starts with great coaching. They've got a great youth program, something that Banks has here. A great youth program, and that's why we're seeing it here. You know, Banks has used a lot of players. It's these teams that have great programs. But anyways, Westside Christian, that's where they're going to be after this game, and then they're playing at Santiam Christian. That is on next Thursday, and then they play Jefferson a week from tonight. Jefferson, I believe that's Jefferson Salem. I don't think a 3A school would play a 6A school. Jefferson Portland. That'd be Jefferson Salem. They'll be in Tigard for that one. So that's their 3 games. The Banks Lady Braves, they've got Valley Catholic coming up in their next game. That's on Tuesday. And Trevor, we'll have that one, and you have some news about that one.
can't. You'll have to help me with that. I can't remember what it was that. Oh yeah, Pat Thomas, girls basketball coach for Valley Catholic here, scouting for their next matchup against Banks here on Tuesday night. Of course, Banks and Valley Catholic, longtime members of the Kawapa League. Really, I think there's only one caveat that kind of kept Valley Catholic from staying in the same league as Banks, and that's Corbett. Corbett had to find a league to play in, and not really any other 3A teams up in the Gorge area for Corbett for travel. So Valley Catholic now members of the Lewis and Clark League. And I know, Jonathan, you followed Valley Catholic a lot longer, even before I followed Banks. Wasn't Valley Catholic originally part of the Lewis and Clark League?
They were a big part of the West Valley League for a while, and yeah, I think you're right that they were in the Lewis and Clark League for a little bit, and then went to the West Valley League. They were bounced around a couple of times, and then they went. I don't know when they joined the Kawapa League, but probably when they went to 4A. But they've been around. I think they started 2A and then went to 3A for a long years, and then 4A, and then this year they're back down to 3A.
Not a lot of finals in 3A girls basketball. Of course, an early start to our game. So again, most of the games on the OSAA schedule will not be final until later tonight. But we do have a score to report involving a 3A Coastal Range League girls basketball team that we did not have at the start of the game. 2A Western Christian on the road spanks Rainier 47-25. So Rainier's spot in the top 10 for OSAA 3A girls basketball will likely be short-lived in our game. Second game of our doubleheader tonight. Jonathan and I will switch positions as now number 2 Westside Christian boys come into Banks, the defending state champs.
Yeah, and Banks is coming off of Banks boys coming off a couple of monster performances in their first 2 games here, with a couple of destroying a couple of Tillamook in their last game, and then with that one is it's your old adage. I'll let you do with that one, but Westside will want to know where you don't want to say past the Mayo when you're playing the Banks Braves, because Westside Christian will find out real quickly what that means.
And here's another adage for you, Jonathan, referring to Ben Mayo. 31 in 2.5 quarters in the win against Tillamook, 28 in the win against the Dowels. In order for most teams this season to even compete with Banks, they're going to have to keep Mayo in the fridge and make sure he doesn't get off to another hot start. Otherwise, as we've said all year, if he gets hot, he can make the defense sick. And that the game against the Dowels was a little bit more respectable, but Tillamook, looking at their last game against Valley Catholic, they're going to have a tough time this year, I think, in the Kawapa League. With after their first 2 games, they've lost their first 2 games by about 80 points.
Banks,
so it's going to be a rough year for Tillamook.
Banks has both jars of mayo. They've got the big giant size mayo, and then they've got the medium sized mayo with the younger Noel Mayo coming off the bench, and we saw that against Tillamook.
Noel Mayo is a little more fresher than his brother Ben.
Well, under a minute here to go. Westside Christian down by 14 as we get ready for the start of the second half. It's 33-19. The big runs in this game, of course, the one that really separated for Banks, the 19-0 run in the first quarter, broke a 2-2 tie. They were up at that point 21-2 and went on to lead 21-7 in the second quarter. Westside actually played even in that second half, and they actually ended the half on a 6-0 run. So it'll be interesting to see what things they talked about, Trevor, in the locker room and how they come out here in the second half. Quickly looking at some of the leading scores of this one tonight for Westside Christian. Nyla Cabine has 6 points, and of course it's Bobby Sykes Ragsdale with 9 points to lead the way for Westside Christian. Leading the way for Banks, leading all scores, is Alex Saunders with 21 points here at halftime. Set to go for the second half. Banks will get it. As we switch sides, they go left to right as we see things together on your screen. Haley Evans has it up top. Now going to try to go inside for Saunders. Ball ripped away. And quickly right there in backcourt is Evans. The rip it back away. Tyler Rose had it, lost it, and here comes Westside. Ella Duke trying to go ahead to Ragsdale, but it was stolen away. Jumped the passing lane, did Haley Evans. And Banks will get it back. 30 seconds into the third quarter. Little bit of helter-skelter action. Evans trying to go inside. A little too hard on the pass. Trying to go to Saunders. That was a little too hard. Went out of bounds. Off of Alex's hands. Turnover. Here's a turnover as Banks gets it right back on the steal by Tyler Rose. Inside to Saunders. Score it. Picking up where she left off. 23 points now in the game. And that'll end the 6-0 run. Ragsdale has it in backcourt. Gets it back. Gets it in the front court to Duke. Pulls up a three from the left wing. It's off. Rebound, Omri Bound. Put it back up and in. Right place, right time. Gets the rebound and the putback. 35-21. Banks by 14. Evans has it. Off to Saunders. Right wing. Right in front of us. Over to Tyler Rose. Left. Left to Evans. Holds the ball high overhead. Now puts the ball on the deck. Going to go all the way to the rack. Almost scored, but she gets the harm, and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul is charged in Nyla Kabeen. Second personal foul on Kabeen. First team foul on Westside here in the second half. Haley Evans from the line. Haley has just 2 points tonight. Change that. There's 3 points for Haley. Beg your pardon. Haley has had 4 points. Now she has 5. Both of these teams have almost the same numbers. And so I was looking at the wrong number on the score chart. Looking at Omri Robinson, number 3, or Omri Brown, number 23. Second free throw is good by Haley Evans. 6th point. Lead up to 16. Nice steal by Tyler Rose. Threw it to Evans, trying to get it back to her, but it went right between her and Saunders. Kind of expecting Tyler to continue driving, and she didn't. So Westside gets it back in the front court. Ella Duke has it right side, pulls up. Free throw line extended. No good. Rebound Tyler Rose. Saunders, Evans in backcourt. Haley will bring it up. Working against Omri Brown. Does so into the front court. In between the circles now. Terminates her dribble off to Saunders. Left wing. Guarded by Prince. Back to Evans. Picked up by Brown. And we got a hand check foul as Omri Brown had her hands all over Haley that time. 23 fouls 23. And that's 23 Omri Brown's third foul. And that's really not a smart foul, Trevor. Not a situation you want to foul, but there's a pass trying to get into Madison Walker, stolen away by Westside. They get it ahead. Get ahead to Duke. She tries to go inside for Omri Brown, stolen away by Saunders. Here comes Alex all the way to the other end. Pulls it up off glass and in. Alex Saunders, 25 points now. The lead back to 18 for the Lady Braves. And here's the full court pressure. Tipped away by Saunders. Janicek has it. Off to Tyler. Back to Saunders. Lost it, gets it back, goes up in the lane. Too strong off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound fought for by Ragsdale. She threw it off one of the Banks players, but got a foul called on Tyler Rose. I believe that's Tyler's first foul. Second foul on Tyler Rose. First foul this half. Full court pressure on, again, Westside trying to beat it. Looking for passing lanes. And they don't beat it. It was stolen away by Haley Evans. Off to Saunders. Goes up. Rejected. Nice defensive play by Nyla Kabeen to deny Saunders that time. That's one way to break a non-stop score. Just get in the lane, put your hand up, and reject the ball. Westside has it in backcourt. Double teamed. Right out in front of Coach Rizzo. They still have it in backcourt. Getting close to 10 seconds. Finally get it across to Omri Brown. Over to Prince. Jillian Prince has it in the lane. Tries to go inside. Ripped away, stolen away by Janicek. Haley Evans has it. Bringing it up. Checks behind. Going to go all the way to the right side. Pulls up. Now going to go in the lane. Give it off to Madison Walker in the lane. Ugh. No good. Madison Walker still looking for her first points tonight. Ball loose on the court, picked up by Saunders. Got 1-on-2. She's going to go to the rack. No good. Rebound, Madison Walker. Nice little move to get around, but no good. Tyler Rose the rebound and the stick back. 41-21. Second time Braves have had a 20-point lead. Full court pressure again. Not ready for it, and stolen away by Tyler Janicek. Janicek tips the ball out of bounds. Westside Christian will put the ball in play underneath their own basket. 4:19 to go, third quarter. It's 41-21, Banks by 20, matching their largest lead of the game. Westside Christian has never led. The game was tied once at 2-2 very early. And then Banks has been in control since that 19-0 run. Think you're caught up. Ragsdale has it, right wing. Going down the corner to Prince. Back to Ragsdale on the wing. Pulls up a three-pointer right there. It's short. Missed everything. Rebound comes down to Cabine. She pulls up a three from the left corner. No good. Ball tipped out of bounds off of the hand of Madison Bigsby. Emily Graham, the freshman, checking into the game for Jocelyn Janicek. Jillian Prince to inbound the ball for Westside. Gets it into Ragsdale. That's a good place to go. She pulls up in the lane. No good, but she was fouled. So 2 free throws coming up for Bobby Syke, Ragsdale. Bobby Sky Ragsdale. Beg your pardon. Bobby Sky Ragsdale. Foul is charged to Graham, her first foul. First free throw on the way for Bobby Sky. It's good. That's her first points of the half. 10 points now in the game. Only Westside player in double figures. Second free throw on the way for Bobby Sky Ragsdale. It's in the air. It's no good. Rebound ripped down by Bigsby. She has it left side. Holds up to Maller. Now going to drive inside the lane. Jump stop. Off glass. No good. Everything there was good except for the shot. Rebound to Banks, and it goes out of bounds to Banks. It's a great drive that time, but good jump stop, but too strong off the back of the backboard. Eden Rao checking in for Westside Christian, replacing Jillian Prince. 3:37 to go, third quarter. Banks leads 41-22. Nice look inside, nice cut again by Saunders for the deuce. Score it. She's got 27 points. Three-pointer on the way from Rao. It's no good. Rebound fought for on the court. It's a loose ball, and a jump ball going to be called. It's going to stay with Westside with 3:24 to go, third quarter. Cabine will inbound for Westside underneath her own basket. Gets it into Harris. Raquel Harris has her shot rejected by Bigsby. Actually, that was Maller. Maller rejects another shot. Now Maller ties up Eden Rao. I don't know, Trevor, if this game holds at this way, even though she is not the leading scorer, I think our Oregon Army National Guard hero of the game at this point has got to be Jordan Maller with the hustle plays. Doesn't always have to be the high scorer. It's who's your most inspirational, most hard worker, most all-around player. That is definitely tonight. Saunders has it inside, goes up off the little flop by Bobby Sky Ragsdale and score it. Saunders with 29 points, a chance for 30. Missed the free throw. 7 out of 10 from the line. 3 minutes to go. It's 45-22. Cabine has it over to Harris. Raquel Harris going to drive baseline, tries to go up, but it's fouled on the floor. And so Westside is going to put the ball back in play under their own basket. Foul charge to Emily Graham, her second foul. 13th foul on Westside. Nope. Alex Saunders will have a seat. That might be for the last time with a 23-point lead. Harris goes inside now to Cabine, going to drive baseline against 3 Banks defenders. Back over to Harris. Well, inside to Eden Rao, and she stepped on the inline. Trying to drive against the trees inside and lost track of where she was and stepped on the baseline. 2:39 to go, third quarter, 45-22, Banks by 23. And a timeout on the court. Let's see. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by Westside Christian. We'll just hold it right here. 45-22, 2:39 to go. Trevor Banks has just been kind of methodical here in this half. They've actually scored 12 points in this third quarter, and Westside just 3 points. This is kind of looking like the JV game that when I arrived here today, Westside only had 1 point in the third quarter, ended up with just 13 for the game.
It was 21-1 at halftime in the JV game.
JV score, Banks winning it by 30, 43-13. Alex Saunders sitting on 29 points. Ben Mayo, he gets 30 points, but he does it with the long ball. Alex Saunders does it working for it. 2 points, and inside does the dirty work for it. It just comes easy to Ben Mayo. Alex has to work for it. Haley Evans leaves it for Brooklyn Harris. Inside it goes to Madison Bigsby, puts it up strong, but it is fouled by the other 15. That would be Eden Rao. She tried to plead her case and saying my hands are straight up, but yeah, that's the often mistaken play that just because your hands are up doesn't mean you fouled. It's usually you bumped with the body. So 2 shots here for Madison Bigsby. First free throw is in the air. It's in the bucket. It's good. First free throw for Madison Bigsby. She's got 4 points. She's hit the only 3 today for Banks. They've been going down low. Fast breaks, points in the paint. Second free throw on the way for Madison. Rim it off, no good. 1 out of 2. 46-22, 2:15 to go. Ragsdale has it against Evans, going to drive inside, pull up free throw line extended. Rebound, too hard. Rebound comes down to Banks. Emily Graham, and now it's Evans with the ball. Bringing it up in the front court. Now going to leave it for Graham. Graham back to Evans, 3-pointer, left corner, splash! Haley Evans hits the second triple for Banks. That's 49-22 in the third quarter. The lead is 27. Ragsdale has it for Westside. Back the other way. Off to Cabine. Cabine, 3-pointer, left wing. Splash. Nyla Cabine. And she's got 8 points tonight. 49-25 the score, 1:30 to go in the third quarter. First of a doubleheader here tonight. Top 10 matchup of boys basketball coming up at 7. Banks and Westside Christian. Madison Walker has it in backcourt to Evans, breaks it to Brooklyn Robinson, tipped by Tyler Rose, gets it back. Tyler needs help, finds Madison Walker way out high. Back to Evans, hounded by Omri Brown. Inside to Madison Walker, off glass and in. Madison Walker scores her first 2 of the game, and it's 51-25. Over to Cabine, left wing, 3-pointer on the way. She was fouled by Haley Evans. Haley Evans just broke the cardinal rule of basketball, Trevor. You never foul a jump shooter, particularly one taking a 3. But up by 26 points, you can easily to forgive, but still working for the future. you never want to foul a jump shooter.
Yeah, if this was a closer game, maybe 10 or 15 points with 2 or 3 minutes left, possible. I mean, if you get fouled and you make a 3-point play, it's a possible 4-point play. That's really one of the greatest ways to give a team that's down momentum.
Nyla Kabine makes all 3 free throws, and with that, it's 51-28. Back to a 22-point cushion. Back to come the other way, Janicek. Over to Madison Walker playing the high post. Off to Tyler Rose, going to drive inside against the trees, has it rejected. And here comes Westside Christian, but Tyler Rose stealing it back. The flea on the fly. And a foul called against Nyla Kabine. That's her 3rd foul. 15th foul against Westside. 45.8 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Banks will inbound sideline into Janicek. Now dribbles in between the circle. Picked up by Omri Brown, off to Madison Walker, way out high. Madison terminates her dribble, off to Tyler Rose, thought about the 3. Now moving her teammates around, off to Janicek. Jocelyn going to go right side, going to drive inside, pulls up on the low block. She is fouled by Omri Brown. Omri with her hands open like, what? I didn't do anything. 4th foul on Omri Brown here in the 3rd quarter with 28 seconds to go. And Jocelyn Janicek at the free throw line. Jocelyn yet to score tonight. She could change that in a hurry right here. Still yet to score. Back iron and out on the free throw. 28.1 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Banks 51, Westside Christian 28. Second free throw on the way. It's in. It's good. 1 out of 2 for Jocelyn Janicek. Lead back to 24. Little single court pressure by Tyler Rose. She's all defense. That's the game. And Tyler Rose comes up with it again. Tyler looking for somebody to get it to. Now she's going to drive all the way in, but has her shot rejected. Picked out of the air by Jocelyn Janicek. Her putback is no good. And a rebound and a foul against Banks. Foul on Brooklyn Robinson. Westside will inbound the basketball underneath the basket. 10.6 seconds to go. 24-point Banks lead. Kabine has it in backcourt, picked up by Tyler Rose, about 3-quarter court. She comes in, and we're going to get a foul on Crowell just across the midcourt line. Mayless Crowell tried to help out her teammate Tyler Rose. Nice idea, but just got there a little bit too late as a step through in the foul. So first foul on Mayless, 16 foul on Banks. Westside puts it into play. They get it to Ragsdale, 3-pointer left wing. It's off the iron, no good. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. So our score, Banks 52, Westside Christian 28. Trevor looking like a football score, but it's another 24-point lead for Banks. 4th quarter coming up right after this. This is Banks Braves Lady Braves basketball, built by Jason Bauer Modeling.
Hey Brave fans, this is Chris Lyda, the voice of the Braves, here to tell you about Econofab Buildings. Econofab is a 3rd-generation family-owned and operated pole building company located right here in Brave Country. Econofab has been in business for almost 50 years, constructing shops, garages, and barns. I had them build my 2 shops, and as a satisfied and repeat customer, I'm here to tell you that Econofab puts the fab in fabulous. Go visit them online at econofabbuildings.com.
Final 8 minutes here at Banks High School of this girls basketball game tonight. The Banks Lady Braves, number 4, at least it checked this morning. They were number 4 on the OSAA rankings. Westside Christian, number 13.
And Alex
I think they're actually a little bit better than that, brought down because of that loss to Salem Academy, but they're going to drop down even more with a big loss. Alex Saunders starting the fourth quarter for the Braves alongside Jordan Maller. And we get a 5-second violation against Westside Christian trying to inbound. Couldn't find anybody, so it's going to be a turnover. Braves going with Haley Evans, Madison Bigsby, Jordan Maller, Saunders, and McKenna King. Evans has it, loses it, gets it back, out high. Now driving towards the left side. Haley terminates the dribble, gets it off to Jordan Maller, left side, pulls up, free throw line extended, off the front of the arc, bounces and in. Jordan Maller scores her first two of the night, and it's 54-28. 7:32 to go in the game. Westside down by 26. Ragsdale has it way out high for Westside. Got it over, a little surprised her teammate Cabine, but she gets it back, goes up, has her shot rejected. It's out of bounds. Off of Banks to Westside. If Banks scores 4 more points here, without Westside scoring, we'll have a running clock. Shot put up by Westside, sort of half-hearted, no good. Rebound, a three-pointer coming down to Jillian Prince. It's no good. Loose on the floor. Prince comes up with it for Westside. Now gets it on top to Ragsdale. Three-pointer right wing, and then another foul on a three, this time by Alex Saunders. I'm beside myself. I can't believe. I can't believe that Banks would. Nick Rizzo's a good coach. I can't believe that Banks would be fouling a three-point shooter. I mean, that's discipline. And this is a good free throw shooter, or a good shooter, a good player all around for Westside. And Bobby Syke Ragsdale hits the free throw. Second free throw, rim it off, no good. 2 out of 3 from the line, but she gets one more because she'll get 3 free throws. And why you would even be defending that up by 26 points, just let them shoot it. That's the time when you let them shoot it. And the second free throw is good, so 2 out of 3 from the line. And it's 54-30. 24-point lead for Banks. Get off to Jordan Maller, straddle the midcourt line. Over to Bigsby, right wing. Madison dribbles up, high, gives it off to Haley Evans. Haley working against the defender. Ball gets down the corner now, inside for Madison Bigsby on the low block, can score it. Madison Bigsby. That's just her second field goal. 6 points in the game now for Bigsby. Ball goes up to Nia Cabine, pulls up the left elbow jumper, is no good. Rebound coming down to Saunders. And Saunders going to pull it up. Get it off to Evans, run some clock, and run the offense. Haley calls out the play. Off to McKenna, King. Over to Maller, trying to go inside for King. Knocked out of bounds by Cabine. Banks will get it back. 6:07 to go in the game. Up by 24. Haley Evans to inbound and gets it into Bigsby. Back to Evans, thought about the right corner three. Gonna throw up a wild shot in the lane. It's no good, but a foul called underneath. That's gonna be a off-ball foul, loose ball foul on Alex Saunders. Her third foul, 8th team foul against Banks. I think maybe Coach Rizzo just wants to see Saunders get more than 30 points. There's a shot that goes off the top of the backboard, and that's going to go out of bounds to Banks. You would think with a big game against Valley Catholic coming up on Tuesday that you just let Alex rest at this point, but I've seen that strategy employed, and here's a nice pass inside to Alex Saunders from Haley Evans, and score it. That's her 31st point. I've seen that strategy employed too many times by letting your star players play in garbage time like this, and eventually that comes back to haunt you, bite you in the butt. No shot by Westside Christian. Rebound by Haley Evans. Coming up. The other side. Off to Jordan Maller, right wing. Cross court to Alex Saunders. Off to Haley Evans. Shot rejected by Ella Burke, or Ella Duke rather. Ball loose on the court. Westside had it for a second. Now they get it back to Haley Evans. Three-pointer left wing. It's no good. Rebound Madison Bigsby goes back up and around the rim and in. It hit every part of the rim before it dropped in. 8 points for Madison Bigsby. The lead is 60-30. Ragsdale has it back the other way for Westside Christian. Now going to drive. Pulls up, free throw line extended. Gets it off to Duke for three. No good. Long rebound. Chased down by Jordan Mallor. She's going to go all the way. Jump stop. Throw it up. No good. They're going to call a foul. That looked like it was a clean block by Ragsdale.
I'm just saying out of bounds.
Okay, yeah, because that was a clean block by Ragsdale. Wholesale substitutions for Banks. Well-deserved rest for Haley Evans and Alex Saunders. She got the 31 points, so she's going to sit now for the rest of the game. I think that's all it was, just to get the 30. Padding the stats, as it's called. We see it in the NBA every day, Trevor. Padding the stats.
Still only one field goal for Westside Christian in the fourth quarter, and we're more than midway through.
Ragsdale has it up top for Westside. Get it over to Nia Cabine. Three-pointer, left wing, no good. Rimming off. Rebound, long rebound, comes down to Brooklyn Robinson, the freshman for Banks, one of two freshmen. Off to Janicek, over to Tyler Rose, traveled with it, but gets it back. Loose on the floor, and who else is there but Tyler Rose? Any loose ball, Tyler Rose or Jordan Maller are going to be all over it. Janicek will inbound for Banks underneath their own basket. Gets it inside to Madison Walker. Walker back to Janicek, right corner three. That's her spot, but not this time. Rebound to Tyler Rose, goes back up, no good. Rebound fought for by Brooklyn Robinson, tipped out of bounds. Turnover to Westside with 2:45 and counting to go. It is a running clock with a 30-point lead. Ragsdale gets it across for Westside. Now going to go to the left side, pulls up, jump stop, off to Cabine, back to Ragsdale. Left side working against Janicek. Ragsdale hounded, gets it off to Cabine. Nyla Cabine loses it and tried to get it back, but loses it out of bounds anyways. Turnover back to Banks. More substitutions. Tyler Rose gets deserved rest. Janicek and Madison Walker. So all the starters are out now for Banks. McKenna King back in. Likely the post player. McKenna, yep, there she is, trying to flash through, but nice job of reading the pass lane by Ragsdale. And she's going to go all the way the other way. Pulls up in the lane, no good off the iron. Rebound, Omri Brown. She's tied up. Ball loose on the court. In there, Jordan Maller along with Brown. And it's a jump ball. The arrow favoring Westside. Again, like I told you, Trevor, every loose ball, it's either Jordan Maller or Tyler Rose in there. And, of course, this time it's Jordan because Tyler's on the bench. Raquel Harris tries to split the defense, got bumped, and then threw the shot up, I think trying to persuade the officials to get an and one. But now if that would have went down, which it had no chance, but two free throws nonetheless, as she was in the act. For Raquel Harris, 1:16, clock is now stopped for the free throw. Rim it off. Man, Westside has just gone stone cold from the field and the line in the second quarter.
And the 2 points I thought they had on the field goal in the fourth quarter both came from the free throw line on the 3 free throw attempts a moment ago.
Second free throw also not good. Rebound by Jordan Maller. Way ahead to the cherry-picking Emily Graham. Missed the lay-in. And rebound comes out of Banks, though. Brooklyn Robinson off to Jordan Maller. And she lost it out of bounds off her foot when she tried to put the ball on the deck. And She just smiles, puts her head down. Under a minute to go now. Banks leading 60-30. Ragsdale has it. Lisa for Cabine. Top of the key three. Short, out of bounds, tipped right to the Braves underneath, and a jump ball called. A lot of jump balls called tonight. Banks is going to have it. 30 seconds and counting. Brooklyn Robinson has it in the backcourt. Ahead to Crowell. I would just hold this out and just hold on it. Sit on it. Don't even call a play. Just dribble it out. Dribble out the clock. Don't run a play. But they got it up top to Robinson. Leaves for Crowell for three. Off the iron. No good. Rebound coming down to Graham. Tries to go inside. It's stolen away. Stolen right back away by Emily Crowell, or Malis Crowell. Ball loose on the court. Picked up by Mallor. That's it. Game over. Banks, it's 4-0 with the 60-30 win. A 30-point beatdown here tonight at Banks High School over a normally pretty good Westside Christian team. But I think we just saw tonight, Trevor, how really good the Banks Braves can be this season.
Yeah, that 19-0 run in the first quarter, led by the press, I think pretty much did it for this game. Westside Christian outscored Banks 17-12 from that point on, when it was 21-2. But too much defense from Banks in the first quarter off that press, and 31 or 32 points for Alex Saunders pretty much did it for Banks. Eventually, though, they're going to have to find somebody else that can do some scoring, because they're not going to be able to rely on Alex Saunders once they get into league play with some better teams like top-ranked Corbett. And Rainier lost tonight, too, but they're possibly a top 10 team. And Riverdale, another good team in the top 10 as well out of this league. Madison Walker just having a horrible season, unable to score really in close, and they're going to have to find, if you want to take anything to improve on from this game, it's going to have to be attempts close in as we get ready for our second game.
Well, Banks Lady Braves scored just 8 points in the fourth quarter, but you can forgive them because Westside only scored 2 points in the fourth quarter, and like you said, it was on a free throw line. The leading scores of this game, we're not going to go through all the scores right now. We'll have a full report on westside'sgreatesthits.com tomorrow morning, so you can catch the full report there. Shameless plug. But the high point person here tonight, it was the game's leading scorer, Alex Saunders. 31 points is what she finishes up with. Had 27 points, or 21 points at halftime. So scored 21 of those 31 points in the second half. Most of those during that 19-0 run. And that was just the key to get it Alex Saunders. But like you said, Trevor, good teams with good coaches, they're going to know that. They're going to spot that out going forward. They scout, like we saw tonight. That does happen in high school. Teams, either coaches go out and scout when they've got a day off, or they send, I remember my high school, it was the math teacher that went out and scout. Why is it always the math teacher? Why is it always the math teacher that goes out and scouts? It seems like it's always the math teacher that goes out to scout. Anyways, they send the teacher out to go out to scout if they're playing. So they're always scouting, they're always looking, and that's something that's going to get picked up. It's like, hey, you got to watch, number 5, because she waits down here and gets in position. But 31 points for Alex Saunders tonight. 11 points for Bobby Sky Ragsdale to lead Westside Christian, who falls to 3-2. And Banks improves to 4-0. Well, we got to get another game to get ready for, so we're going to have to cut it short here for this post-game show. But Oregon Army National Guard hero of the game, the high point person was Alex, but she's won it the last 2 weeks, and I think you really got to go with someone who is just hustling, all-out hustle every time she's around every loose ball. And that's why I said Jordan Mallor coming off the bench. Jordan Mallor. Trevor?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Again, not a lot of points, but hustle play, like to spread around the wealth when it comes to Oregon Army National Guard hero of the game. So I'm in agreement with that on Sydney Mallor getting the hero of the game tonight.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Trevor and I are going to take places. I'm going to take crunch the numbers, and he will take the play-by-play for the next game. Hope you'll join us. It's a top 10 matchup. It's going to be a good one. The Westside Christian Eagles and the Banks Braves. Really, Trevor, it could be arguably their first tough test of the season.
Yeah, a couple of double-digit wins over the Dowls, which received votes in the 4A poll. Tillamook could very easily, I think, finish in the bottom of the Coapa League after the way they've played their first 2 games. But again, a late start to them for basketball as they lost in the 4A title game for football to Estacada.
All right, well, we'll talk. The next game for the Banks Lady Braves will be Tuesday night, 6 o'clock, right here at Banks High School against the Valley Catholic Valiants. We'll have that game for you right here on Westside'sGreatestHits.com and on YouTube. Don't forget, coming up immediately, the other link, it's right over there, right where you clicked on this link. It's the boys' turn.